it has obtained these reports. Now, Major Mohammad Ali Shah, do you think that this report that has come out, that the US State Department has obtained, could potentially change the way the world views China and the virus and its link to the virus? Sir, could you just unmute yourself, please?
Yes, so sorry. Yes, firstly, it makes a big difference in the world seeing how earlier world was only speculating and they weren't suspecting. They were not sure of the facts. But now when they are sure of the facts, you can well imagine the kind of rebuke China is going to be getting. And let me tell you, this nation which is only not being over-ambitious and was trying to become a superpower within no time. See, there's no harm, there's nothing wrong in becoming a superpower or trying to race against anybody else. But I'll give you a very clear analogy over here. Supposing I'm in school and my house, I'm in red house and the blue house, I have a race against the blue house. So what I go and do is, I put some medicine for people to get upset stomachs for the other house, so that when we run the cross-country race, they have responded, they get down by loose motions, and I am going. Exactly the same example over here, same analogy. This is exactly what China has done actually. They have, in this book, Sun Tzu, wrote this book, The Art of War. Sun Tzu wrote this book, in that chapter 3, paragraph 2, line 2, it says, the acme of a military general is to win wars without fighting, to break the enemy's resistance without fighting. And that is exactly what China is doing. Biological warfare, which is very evident to the entire world. Wuhan virus, where China kept claiming that the US military had come for the military world games, and it was them who had brought in the virus, and the US military was countering that. But the world knows. How is that possible? That 5 years before the pandemic came in, the Chinese military generals and the military scientists had spoken about the SARS COVID-19 situation. I mean, how is it that they had all a long-term plan, 5-year planning, I would say even longer. Now, there have been films that have been made on the pandemic-like situation. China, okay, one more thing, logically thinking, if you analyze, how is it that only people from China, they always had an antidote to it. They had very less casualties. And if you see the political scenario, the people, the top brass leaders, very few of them got affected by it. So here, the human lives didn't matter. Human lives just didn't matter. The money mattered. Here the question was to become a superpower and to become a big economy. And it has been scientifically proven now. Now China, for example, on 23rd March 2020, now they made friends with Russia, who were our friends earlier. China was trying to make friends with Nepal, with Bhutan and other countries, but they are too smart. They recognized what China was actually doing. Now, on 30th March, Russia al-Yawm, which is the Arabic version of the Russian today, they claim in a pandemic continent, in Russia, which is surrounded by two pandemic continents, Asia and Europe, they had less than 400 cases of COVID-19. Unbelievable. It was China trying to propagate and trying to teach them how to do it. So on 19 June 2020, there was a massive server attack on the Australian servers, on the computers. And the Prime Minister, Mr. Morrison, was very magnanimous not to name the nation. But the whole world knew that China had been trying stunts and China had been doing it. So Mr. Morrison advised the nation to protect the passwords. Now, biological warfare. Whole world has been affected by it. Whole world. It is 100% of biological warfare, biological attack by China. Now look what happened in Chishu's Valley. On the night of 15 June 2020, when Major Babu and 20 of his bravehearts were martyred, China was trying to do a military deployment, and it's common sense. The moment you try to if you are coming to attack a country, you will come prepared. You will be underground, in bunkers, in trenches. You will be heavily armed. But if you see tactically, as a soldier I'm saying, China was not prepared over there at all. They were staying in tents. They were staying in open ground. They were exposed. So China is a nation which nobody can trust. And let me tell you, they have not honored any treaty with India, be it the Panjshir Pact, be it any pact. Okay, even if you talk about the Shimla Pact, 14 July 1914, when the McMahon line was drawn, and then the Chinese border in the entire area of 3,488 kilometers stretch, it's very difficult to demarcate where is China, where is India. So now when there is no demarcated line, there is no line of control. It's actually a line of actual control. So it's perception. Finger 1 to finger 8.
So,
earlier we were
sorry to interrupt you, sir, but
finger 4 and then to finger 3 now. So when there is a perception, China has got no other way forward but to get into unethical means and try to become. But let me tell you, the best answer to them is the cause. America, Australia, Japan and India are going to give them a befitting reply when we start training our fighter pilots in the Anderson Air Force Base in the US. The G7 countries, there has been a proposal from the Prime Minister of UK, Mr. Boris, that we will make it G10 countries, and of course India is a very crucial part because India is a neighboring country with China. So definitely China is definitely going to first look at India.
So how do we ensure that we hold China accountable? Because these documents have come out, they're very real proof. How do we hold China accountable now? What are the next things that we can do?
See, China is such a smart nation. They hold a permanent position in the United Nations. And they are the reason why, despite India being the largest contributor to the UN, the reason why India has not got a permanent seat in the UN is because of China. China put its foot down. I'll give you another example. On 9th March 2019, when there was a UN meeting and when we were almost proving, we were just there to declare Maulana Masood Azhar as a global terrorist, and the Balakot strikes had happened and the Pulwama attacks had happened. At that time, 9th March 2019, China put its foot down to put Maulana Masood Azhar as a global terrorist. It took us months to claim him as a global terrorist. And China, see, if we approach UN, China is a very powerful, permanent member, already deep entrenched over there. Social media 101, I don't know how far it will be effective. Boycotting Chinese goods, like we boycotted 52 Chinese apps and then other Chinese apps. Hit the dragon where it hurts the most. People do not realize the fact that when we invest in stock market, for example, I'm giving you, the Russian stock exchange, the money from there goes into the Chinese government, and that money is used by the Chinese military against India. So indirectly, when we invest in the stock market or the Russian stock exchange, we are actually promoting Chinese military. But let me tell you now, the weak points. China, the altitude where when the aircraft of the Chinese Air Force take off, they take off with half payload of fuel. Why? Because of the altitudes. They cannot, it's like driving a car with half petrol tank. So there is a limited capacity till where I can drive. We should make use of that. Chinese generals have written about the Indian Army's high altitude warfare bravery. So how can we hit the dragon? We can hit the dragon by actually being a lesser contributor towards the economy. And let me tell you, it's not as simple as breaking a television set at home, which reads made in China. Oh, okay, I'll not buy a Chinese mobile phone. That's invisible invasion.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us and providing such good insight.